Hobotropolis 11 years ago.
Thank you for taking time out of your respective schedules to meet here today, everyone. This council has been called to discuss the recent activities of one of the planet's most esteemed and renowned citizens. To show a fair hearing is in order, we have asked him to defend his actions in his own words. Please step forward, Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Members of the Mobius Council, I stand before you today because I have been accused of breaking into one of our sacred temples. While I have technically not committed this crime, I'm not trying to hide from this. And if you'll permit me, I shall explain how this came about. But we'll need to start with what led up to that day.
Ridge Zone, a few days ago.
Wind stress levels nominal, turbines charging, energy levels 8.3% above average. It's working!
Well, of course it's working. You built the darn thing.
Charles, you made it!
How many times do I have to tell you to call me Chuck?
I'm just so excited. This is the start of something greater. I can feel it.
You've really made a difference here, Ivo. The cities will have clean, renewable energy. Well, let's grab lunch. But please, let's have something other than egg sandwiches.
Only if you order something other than chili dogs. The circuits will act just like nerves. You won't notice at all.
The chromium used in its make will also never rust.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, Dr. Robotnik. Bye.
All right, bye now. Another successful case. It's refreshing to see them smile for a change.
I can't take all of the credit. You were a big help in drawing up the blueprints.
This is asinine! Do you expect us to sit here and list off all the good things you've done? This is a trial, not a showcase of your good deeds!
Excuse me, sir, but you did not let me finish. As I said, I needed to explain what led up to that day, and what brought us here today was a very sick little girl.
We had to move away, you see. The air is so much cleaner here. It was better for our little girl, and she...
Nids is complicated and rough. We can make her comfortable.
We know. We just wanted to give her a chance to see the outside world before.
We were told that, yes. We didn't want her to suffer.
Of course, we will do what we can. I promise you that much.
You know, during all of this fuss, I don't think I ever caught your name, miss.
Nicole.
Hello there, Nicole. My name is Ivo. Tell me, what would you like to do?
I want to go outside and play, but I can't. I get sick every time.
It's not that we don't want you to play.
We're trying to figure out how to make you happy before...
Well, what if I told you that I could help you to get well again?
Wait, what?
Ivo?
I've been looking into how to treat NIDS for quite some time now. In fact, I'm almost positive I can find a way to not only fix the disease, but prolong your life as well.
Ivo, no!
But we've been to every doctor we can find. How can you cure something that's incurable?
Please!
I won't lie to you. The procedure is invasive and experimental. If for some reason it doesn't work, then Nicole here will not survive. Yet I have confidence I will succeed.
What do you think?
If we say no, we both know what will happen, and we've made peace with that.
I know, but given the chance...
But there isn't a cure for NIDS. Nicole needs to be comforted, not...
But if there's even a tiny chance it'll work...
At the end of the day, it's Nicole's choice. She's the one that has to go through the procedure. Only she can really decide.
I can choose?
Of course, my dear.
Okay.
Sweetheart, are you sure?
Yes, Mom, I'm sure.
Splendid! When I'm certain the procedure is ready, you can expect a phone call.
Your office, now!
Later.
How could you get their hopes up like that?
I've been going through my grandfather's notes. Before the accident, he was on the verge of multiple medical breakthroughs, one of which was a cure for NIDS.
Gerald Robotnik, the Arch-Chief Scientist?
He was able to identify the genome of the disease NIDS mutates from. With a little more time, I'm certain I can find the solution. I promise you, I can and will save this child.
An actual cure for NIDS?
That was the plan, yes. But
what, Doctor?
The Gaia Temple, a few days ago.
all I need are a few scans of the object.
Chaos Emerald.
Yes, Chaos Emerald. Just a few scans of it will aid me in finding...
You must acquire prior written consent.
If I could even have a few minutes!
I cannot.
I will be back.
This is ridiculous!
Oh.
This is another blatant attempt to brush off the crimes we all know he has committed! How can he be allowed to even talk after all of this?
This isn't the first time that pilgrims and adventurers have been denied for something so innocent.
Indeed. I've been denied entry simply to ask for divine help for my family.
Had he simply written to myself or any of us, I'm sure we would have.
Please, counselors, as we have now reached the moment, I'll address the crime I am accused of. It was simple. Enter the temple and take readings of the emerald for further understanding of my grandfather's research, as most of his work was based on utilizing its energy in various ways. The readings I acquired were more numerous than I initially suspected, but I had gotten what I came for. I set the bot on autopilot whilst I resumed my work. Later I found it had crashed through my window. I never set foot in the temple itself, but nothing in the law states I couldn't observe the temple with a remote camera.
Finally, a confession. He admits to it.
From his testimony, he didn't break the law, even if technically.
Technically isn't the point.
Were you aware of Nicole's predicament?
No, I wasn't.
Under the circumstances provided, I'm willing to put forward a pardon for Dr. Robotnik's crime, considering the life of a child hung in the balance because of it. What do we know of Nicole's state right now?
Ivo came for her, as he said, but she was worse off, as the journey to Mobotropolis had strained her.
Hospital, 2 days ago.
I'm sorry. There's nothing more we can do.
Professor, where is he?
Charles, it's finally time!
Ivo?
Doctor?
I'm cutting it very close, but I've constructed a device that will extend her life, at least until I can complete my research.
Please, whatever you can do.
Where were you, Ivo? Nicole was asking for you.
I'm sorry I had to get into the Gaia Temple through other means.
Are you in trouble, Ivo?
Dr. Robotnik, what happened next?
Ivo?
Hospital operating room, 1 day ago.
When it's all done, you'll come out feeling brand new.
Brand new? Like when you open a new book?
Yes, I suppose you could consider this a new chapter in your own book.
Will you be there when I wake up?
I promise. I'm sorry. The memory is quite emotional. The experimental procedure was a success!
It worked?
That's excellent news! When can we expect an update?
Oh, Gaia, bless!
I can do better than that. The biomechanical diathermic neural induced coma, or Badnik for short if you want to get stylish. With it, diseases are a thing of the past, and in the future, we could potentially cure death itself. One more step, in the evolutionary line we were meant for. I know the machine looks quite primitive in its current state, but it's currently simulating the occupant's consciousness, attaining a level of sentience through technology never thought possible. A wet-wave CPU capable of keeping the host alive for as long as it is necessary. Why is everyone so quiet?
She's just a child! I knew he couldn't be trusted!
I can't bear to look.
Enough! You are guilty of tampering with life and trespassing upon holy ground by proxy. Regardless of what you intended, you didn't have your machine properly analyzed by the medical council. Your prior accomplishments are recognized, but you are no longer allowed to practice independently within West Island's borders. Your name is to be blacklisted from all independent future projects without expressed approval.
Wait a second.
Guards, remove Robotnik from the building.
No, this wasn't supposed to happen. You don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to save people.
Chuck, I don't wish to further drive the knife into the wound, but you did sponsor him.
I had faith he knew what he was doing.
Be that as it may, you are still involved. I cannot let that slide by. Given your pedigree with the university, you will be shown leniency regarding your tenure. You will not be severely punished, but you are responsible for him. You may continue to work at the university that you teach at, but you will never practice any of Robotnik's work that has to do with this new technology. Everything else that was approved is fine.
I understand.
Then this council is adjourned.
The Royal Palace.
It's silly.
Yes, dear. Today has given me a new perspective.
Soliana, the palace.
These will be good for our own projects.
Liberica Gaia Temple.
Are you okay, Father?
I'm fine, Lupe. Come, we must continue your training.
Robotnik Secondary Laboratory, Westside Island Mountains.
I was only trying to save her. Why couldn't they see that? I would never. If only I had more time. Huh? What is that light? What is this data? It's almost like it's trying to say something. What are you trying to tell me? More energy? Is that the problem? Maybe I was going about this all wrong. But where do I even start? The Badnik was made in a hasty measure. I was desperate to figure out a solution. I need time, resources. I need to come up with a better plan. More energy traces? No, that would mean there are more emeralds. And if there are emeralds to be found, I could have all the power and data I could ever ask for. I can build more robots with the tracking software to detect chaos emeralds, and with one or two, I could power my research fully. I can show the council they were hasty in their judgment. I'll be able to show them just what the Badnik is capable of, and what I can do with this kind of power. Don't you worry, Nicole. Your sacrifice will not have been for nothing. The world will know true utopia when I'm done with it.
Defeated by his own ambitions, Dr. Ivo Robotnik had a way to fall, and things can only get worse from here. None of them know it yet, but today's events have set forth a grand scheme in motion, the momentum of which will irrevocably change the course of history, and change everyone's lives, for better or for worse.